Starting the Pac-12 Friday night game with the Pac-12, a rematch, Utah and USC here. Lot
Mm,
to play for, not just Pac-12 title on the line, obviously, but we've got USC. Are they in the playoff? Are they in the playoff regardless? Probably not. They've got to win, right? We've
they
got
have to
Caleb
win.
Williams. Caleb Williams probably comes out on the field for the first snap holding the Heisman in the air, right? Because he's already got that minus 3,000 or whatever that is. So he's
Apparently
got the
so.
Heisman wrapped up.
Yeah.
But this one's interesting. All right, -3 USC, total 67.
Yeah.
We saw 1,100 plus yards of offense the first time these two teams met.
Is that a
Utah
lot?
got
I mean,
that.
by any
That's a lot.
measured metric,
Any
that's a
measure.
lot, right?
That's almost 600, right? 550 apiece.
Yeah, that's crazy. A lot.
Crazy. A lot of offense. Utah, just a couple numbers there. Dalton Kincaid, the tight end for Utah, 16 catches, 200 plus yards in the first meeting. Hello, Dalton Kincaid. That was a fun game. Remember, it came down right to the end. Utah ended up winning the game for USC's only loss. Revenge here? Are you stepping in front of USC, who seems to have things rolling? Playoff right there, as we mentioned, the Heisman Trophy for Caleb Williams. Are you stepping in front of this? What's the line tell you?
Line tells me this, and walk me through this because I would have this discussion with anybody in any risk room anywhere. I've sat in the risk rooms, I've made the lines, I've worked in the books, and I've talked to customers, bettors, everybody. USC was -3 at Utah the first time they met.
Okay.
Okay. Now they go to a neutral. Here, the game's here in Las Vegas. The line is less when USC's only loss is that game. All right. You don't go from being a 3-point favorite at the opponent to a neutral and it be less. It should be more. It should be 4.5. It
Hmm.
does not make any sense to me, which leads me to believe there's something that somebody's seeing that either I'm missing or they don't want to take the Utah money. I don't know what it is.
Hmm. So
I'm
the line's telling you Utah here?
yeah, the line
Ah,
is, it's not only telling me, it's screaming it from the rooftops. And
how about
again,
that?
we hear about, is it hard to beat a team twice? I don't know. Is
No,
it
not if you're good.
USC? Right.
Not,
Is it
not
USC better now than they were then? I don't know what I'm missing as far as that goes. I'm with you though. USC has to win to get into the playoff. Therefore, we saw the rankings come out that you've been in these situations. I mean, with West Virginia and having to win games to go to certain bowls and all this other stuff. Do they feel this pressure on the team and on the coach and all this other stuff?
Well, I'll say this. The one I was a part of was not a pleasant feeling. West Virginia rolls Connecticut 66-27 back in '07, making plans for the national championship game. All you got to do is beat a bad Pitt team. I mean, a bad Pitt team onto the national title. Meetings happening all over campus. Walking into the president's office, we were planning everything. By the way, I just want for the record, I did protest every one of those meetings. I said, we can't do this. I almost got fired because I kept protesting. We can't have a
Did
meeting.
you?
Why? Every meeting I walked into the president of the university. I'm against this meeting. I don't want to participate. I am here, but I'm not happy about being here. If we lose, it's on all of you. West
You
Virginia yaks it to Pitt is like a 28-point
they were
favorite.
20 they were 28-point favorites. They were
Brutal. So
28-point favorites. I'll
don't
never
ask me
forget.
about games where you have to win and get into something because my experience has not been good. This is tough for me because now you've got me really conflicted because I want to decide with USC. I
Of
want to
course.
decide with that offense that's just outstanding, as we know. But the flip side is, I mean, we saw Utah go toe to toe. Do you trust Kyle Whittingham in this situation to find a stop or two against this Utah offense? Because that's what it comes down to. There's a couple things. Is USC going to continue to live off the turnovers, which we know, and I know that's the storyline, and it's the storyline because it's unbelievable what they've done in turnovers.
Unbelievable.
Ridiculous. They're having a season for the ages in turnovers. If that doesn't continue, do they automatically lose? Whittingham, great coach in these one-off situations. We'll talk about Utah when they get to a bowl game. He is tremendous in bowl prep. Is this
Right.
similar? That's a one game that matters. Can the Utah defense get a stop or two against this really potent USC offense? And that's the difference. Because USC isn't stopping anybody, are they? They haven't
I don't
stopped anybody
even
all year.
know. Like, they're not, if they don't get the turnovers, Utah's scoring 35 points. It's that simple. They're scoring 5 touchdowns.
Or
The
more.
way they're going.
Are they getting more? Are they getting 40?
They may. The best play in the game is over. I think over 6 in a row for USC, over for Utah in their last game, despite the fact I don't think Colorado scored. I don't know what the final was, but they posted the number themselves. I really like the over, which would then want me to go towards the favorite.
Yeah.
Somebody gave me this LA hat in red, so I figured I'd wear it for the show, thinking about USC. I want somebody different in the playoff. I think people are betting this, wanting USC to win so they get in the playoff. I don't know. I'm the game's here in Vegas. I'm trying to go. They're price gouging these tickets. I cannot believe what's happening. But apparently the building is going to be sold out, and the entire state of Utah is driving down here.
Yeah,
There's going to be
they'll be there in force.
presence.
Yeah.
So
well, I think you answered it when you opened. I mean, if the line's screaming Utah to you, I mean, now you've said it. Now we've got to play that side. And if USC wins and gets to the playoff, then you get your wish of somebody different, but maybe you're covered. That the LA red is interesting. I thought you did that on purpose. USC in LA, but the red for the Utes. You gave us both. You led the show with the hat.
Yeah, this was the I got it yesterday. Literally, a guy gave it to me, and I said, you know what, I'm going to wear that for the show tomorrow because of USC and being in LA. I don't know. I'm torn. I really have had a hard time with this, and I've tried to discuss this with guys in the rooms, and they're like, well, no, USC lost to them. It has to be lower. Okay, but it was at their field. So this is one of those debates. I mean, I know the guys at Circa opened it up 1.5, and they took limit bets. They opened up at 40 dimes a pop, and they took 1.5 and 2 limit bet to get them to 2.5, and then now they jump to 3. It's painted 3. I think it's going to go a little bit higher, but I think they know that the bad guys are waiting to play Utah. And that's
3.5. You instantly bring Utah money, don't you?
Instantly. But they know that they can do that anytime. So watch it all week. The first book to go to Utah or to 3.5 is saying, come, please, we need some Utah money because we're overloaded. So it's an interesting game. It's going to start off a great weekend of games.
Couple last nuggets on this to watch. I know trends don't mean a whole lot overall, probably mean less in championship games, but just for your knowledge, Pac-12 championship game favorites on a 6-1 straight up roll, 5-2 against the number. Under 6 of the last 9 Pac-12 championship games to the under. Ooh. You said you like over. I get it. No defense from USC, a great offense. Utah's offense can be good. 85 points combined between these two teams. Watch the injury report as well. That Dalton Kincaid I just mentioned, the tight end, might be dinged up here. He had half of the receptions from Cam Rising in that first game. What's his health? You got to watch that. Maybe some injuries in the defensive backfield for Utah. So check the injury report before you play this one.
I'm glad this wasn't the highest total of the week.
It's close.
It is very close. But
it was close.
I saw that when I looked at the list, and I was like, oh, because I didn't want to have to go under.
I agree.
I was like, please don't be the Pac-12 game. Don't be the highest total week. We'll get to that later. The highest total week has been pretty good to us for the past basically 2 years.
2 years. Yeah, we'll get
glad
into that.
Glad it's not this one because I like over. And right now, on Wednesday, as we record this, I like Utah.
Okay, got it.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, click on another video right here on the screen. And if you really liked it, consider subscribing below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.